Alright, hi, this is Namfoodle. I'm going to do another M12 draft here. And we're starting right now. And as usual, the first pick's nice and easy. We got a Titan. The Titans are always pretty much first pickable. This one's one of the ones you might have a bit of doubts about. You want stuff in the graveyard to work. But for the most part, this set has a whole lot of small creatures, so 3-mana creatures are not rare at all. There's the green Titan is probably the worst. You don't really need mana. It thins your deck out, which is nice, but for the most part, it's not going to be. That's the only one you might not want to pick first, depending on what's in the pack. So looking at this pack, we got a whole lot of red stuff. We got a Piker and a Vandal. Gravedigger that's a really good card to have in your deck. I might want to force white, but Lifelink will definitely not be in the deck, so I'm not going to be picking it. I think I'm going to go for the Gravedigger. I think that's just personal taste. I'll be sending a nice strong signal that because there aren't any other black cards in the pack. Oh, here we go. Here's some more white. So here I'm going to pick a white card, unless Ether Adept is really good. It's basically a 2-for-1. The amount of tempo you gain with it is pretty big. So that might be the pick. Let's see which. Yeah, that one's not the good one. I like the one that makes creatures, or the one that taps things. So I think I'm going to pick the Ether Adept here, unless it's either that or the Warhorse. And I'm going to go with the Warhorse for now. I'm going to try to force white as best I can. And we got another good black card here. The Skeleton. Infinite blocker. I'm a pretty big fan of it. It's not like Regenerate where it can get it can survive an Incinerate, which Regenerate guys can't do. So he's a lot better. He's also good because if you kill him, you can wait a couple turns before bringing him back. You don't have to worry about tapping out. So I'm a big fan of Reassembling Skeleton, especially in this format where there's a whole lot of fast creatures. He's a good blocker. You can just throw him in front of something. Don't really worry about it. Bring him back later. No biggie. This pack here, I don't want any of the red cards. I've sort of got my colors. Sorry. Sorry. A little coffee today. A little hoarse. Black. I've sort of solidified myself in black-white now. Looks like I'm getting past a whole lot of good black cards, so I'm going to try to stick with those colors as best I can. I might leave white if I don't get past any good white spells. I'm not a big fan of bombs. I'm okay with not running them if it suits me. So I'm alright with changing colors, but I won't if the opportunity arises that I can get myself into white. And the Warhorses are a good way to do that. They're heavy white. You're happy to have them on turn 1. So if I'm going heavy white, I want the Warhorse in there. And looking at this, Chasm Drake and Skywinder are both really good. But Vanguard is also solid, so I'm going to be putting that in, try to encourage some white. And Merfolk Looter should definitely not be this late. That's not a good sign. I'm going to pick that up. I might have to start going into blue if I keep getting past that kind of stuff. If I don't, I'm just happy to have it out of my opponent's hands. I don't want other players to be getting that looter, getting the card advantage that thing brings. So we might be going into blue here. The Griffin Rider, as usual, It's only good if you have Griffins, and we haven't gotten any so far, so usually you want to pick up a couple Griffins before you snatch that. Let's see, and we got nothing here, so I'm just going to pick the lifelink. Let's see, hurry up. Gotta turn the volume down on here a bit. Let's see, I guess I'll just keep picking the white cards. Guardian's Pledge probably won't make it into the deck. I don't think I'll get past that much white, but just in case I do, it might be worth having. You're definitely going to want to use that as a finisher. That's not the sort of spell that you're going to want to cast just as a combat trick. 3 mana and double white is pretty steep. You don't want to have to be paying that just for a combat trick. You're going to want like Giant Growth, that kind of thing. 1 mana, 2 mana spells that you can kind of like tack on to the end of your turn. Usually you want to be able to cast something, like a creature, summon a creature, or some other big spell, get an equipment on the field, and leave mana open for a trick. That's how you want tricks to work. Guardian's Pledge, on the other hand, that's going to be your turn. You're just going to play that. And looking at this pack, we've got, let's see, the cards I'm looking at right now are Grand Abolisher, Onyx Mage, Rusted Sentinel, and I think those are the top 3 here. And scrolling back up, looking around, Onyx Mage combos pretty nicely with the Skeleton. You put him on deep, make him even killer, make him even better. And Grand Abolisher I don't think really does much. Kind of kills combat tricks, but your opponent may not have any. So I'm going to run with the Onyx Mage for now. I guess I'm alright with passing that Griffin for now. Alright, looking up, do I want the Pacifism or the Doomblade? Pacifism or Doomblade? I think I'll go with the Doomblade. I like how it's instant speed. Pacifism, you can your opponent could still unsummon his creature, and I don't like that. Looking at this pack, I'm seeing really good red cards. I'm gonna make a hate draft here because we have Dusk Hunter Bat's basically the only thing that remotely could go in this deck, and I'm not too happy about playing that. I wish it was better. I thought it was good when I first started playing this set, first couple drafts, but the amount of trouble you go through to get Bloodthirst just isn't enough to make him worthwhile. And the other thing is, if you're getting combat damage and you really don't need a flying creature, flying creatures are useful when the board gets locked down. So either you're going to have Bloodthirst and you won't need him, or you're going to need him and won't have Bloodthirst. Those are the 2 options, pretty much. Looking over this, we got another Blood Ogre. So now I'm weighing whether I want to either pick that, hate draft that, or get the Ormancer for my white deck. And I'm going to pick up the Blood Ogre. Ormancer just isn't that. I'm not too fond of it. And I might have to start going into blue here. Azure Mage, just really good card. Even if you only have a couple blue mana, late game, you might be able to get even 2 uses per turn. If you're up there, he just generates so much card advantage. He can single-handedly win games. Or she? I think it's a woman on the card. Looking over this, we got Shock. I don't like seeing those late. This is kind of freaking me out. Skywinder Drake, I might want to pick. I'm still not sure whether I like that card or not. Yeah, I'm just going off my gut here. I'm not sure whether I don't have too much of a rational way of going at this. Either I pick the Shock and start going into red, or I pick the Skywinder Drake and start going into blue.